Well, it's like 7:30 in the evening, but the day is not. It's kind of gloomy. I'm gonna just like exercise instead of like sticking too much in the room and quarantining. Uh, I'm gonna walk around to just like vent out, just nature stuff. I got like my EDCs. I got my hat just in case. I got my mask or scarf just in case there's people. I'll put this up if I pass by them. I got my eyewear. I got I don't have my alcohol, but I'm not gonna be touching anything. So that's that. What I'm gonna talk today uh, for this blog. Uh, well, about I was thinking about with all this no socializing and then confinements and social distancing, how would a generation of kids, this will be their spring or summertime, this will be the time of their life, that generation, how are they supposed to like find out about like relationships, like boyfriend girlfriend, girlfriend boyfriend, how to find out about girls, how to find out about boys, what's gonna happen to that generation? Because that's gonna disappear. That period where their life, it's gonna be like a setback, and that could create some kind of rift in the head and their emotions and frustrations. You know, you can't blame anything about that. You have to find out some ways, but maybe and hopefully they have boy, this will be the worst if there was no social media to interact with, because even though there's social distancing, you can still interact with video messages. You can still talk with people. It's just no physical contact, and that must be frustrating, because I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. Well, one of the frustrations that I have in these times is self-protection, or protecting the house from just in case. It's more like paranoia, but better be prepared than not prepared. Uh, how do you protect yourself? Like by boarding up? What if they invade your house? There's a lot of what ifs, but like the basic stuff, some people might have like guns and invade you. I'm stupid enough to like follow all that yams and ideals after the last shooting in this country, the last big one, the Las Vegas shooting. I sold my guns. Like, I have no access for them except for like a one cowboy gun, which is kind of like useless because it's like, you know, it's like, oh wait, let me reload, because I only have 6 shots. So that's like really dumb. I should not have listened to those people, trying to like feel good and join the we're cool and we're morally superior crowd. Now where's my moral superiority when you could put you and your family in danger? So but hey, there's one guy right there walking too. The park is pretty much deserted, but this is my neighborhood park, the Friendship Park, and then you can get like nature stuff. There's a creek there. Sometimes there are like crawfish there, turtles, and maybe there are fish or shrimp. There's turtles. So what do they eat? Maybe crayfish, or shrimp, or little fish. Oh well. It's always good to like go out and get some fresh air. The long and winding road that leads to your door. And look at that. The bridge or the entrance to the park has been taped up so people can't like go there. That's cool. You know, you gotta put some warning to let people know not to go to the park, because it will encourage other people to like go there and then like have a picnic and then socially interact. If you have to socially interact, so if you want to like socially interact with your family, do it indoors but not outdoor, because it'll encourage other people. But like now I'm seeing people that are like outside and then, you know, grouping up. I hope they're like family members like within themselves, so they don't interact with other people. So that's cool. It looks like they're fishing. I wonder what they're gonna catch in there. But it's more than what they're gonna catch, it's more like the activity for families, you know, for kids to have some kind of like activity rather than indoors, like quarantine in their doors and then video game and all that stuff. No, kids are meant to like run around and then socially interact. That's what they're supposed to be doing. But this virus is stopping us from doing that. So just I'm gonna react to people. I mean, avoid in contact, because I don't know if I have it. I don't want to spread it, so things like that. And then there's a police there that's like, thank you. Yeah, so there was a cop patrolling the parks, so that's cool. Yeah, a lot of like places that are quarantining themselves and things. I heard and read in the media that they're starting the curve, you know, of the virus spread is starting to flatten. They're starting to be able to control it. Like, that's a good thing. A lot of like places have a hard time doing that. That's why they're having a high exposure, because they hug, they kiss, they like, oh, she's safe, I trust him, and then you don't know because it's a virus. They even, the people that you're interacting with don't even know. So that's dangerous to do that. This is like a biological thing, not like a social thing. Yeah, that's what I call it. This is a biological enemy, not a social enemy. So we have to treat it as such, to battle it in a scientific and biological sense, not social sense, not religiously, not any of that. Just use our current knowledge about the situation, you know. Oh, but going back to the to, you know, the subject about like young adults, young people interacting with their peers, their age, boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. Well, that sucks that they can't do that. I'm not an expert of relationships, because I think I had meaningful relationships. They were meaningful to me, with, you know, a couple people. I can count them, like 3. And then I have friends, but what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm not an expert of relationships. I'm not I know what I want. I learned from my experiences. I know what I want, but I'm not an expert in relationships. But I know that if you deprive people of certain liberties that they know they had, they know they're supposed to get from learning about it, like at least theoretically, that would suck. So I wonder what the outlet is. Maybe, hopefully, they can like, video message, and the technology can assist them with that dilemma, with the dilemma that they're in, and still be able to interact, at least intellectually and emotionally, even though they cannot do it physically. So that's a good from it. The current times and technology provides that. Because imagine what was people's reaction during the influenza disease, when no one can get out, or like the cholera epidemics that happened before the technology. I mean, what do you have? Like, write letters? It takes like 10,000 years to reach you. And, holy moly. That would have been hard. This pathway that I'm like following through, it's about a mile long, so a mile walk. So a mile going one way and a mile going back way. Like every once in a while, me and my mom like walk this 1 mile up, 1 mile back. So, or cut it halfway. So you just do 1 mile, halfway, half a mile in, half a mile out. So you get like one mile. I think the math is right. Wow, I'm a brilliant mathematician. See, that's what the quarantine does. It makes you think about brilliancies. What's good? What's really needed is like happy music, like in the background. That's the melody is like, that's nice. I like that. Yeah, music. You don't have to like see, you can just like hear, and you don't have to like socially interact. You can just like hear it from the distance, and it'll make you happy. That's cool. I saw in the internet that they were doing that in Italy and in Spain, that they're like singing, the musicians in their apartments or like houses, since they're quarantined in their own like places that they live, like cubicles, and then there are walls in between them and they cannot interact, but the music can like resonate and go through all that walls and quarantine and loneliness. It can like blast through it. So thank you to all the musicians that did that, and thank you in advance for musicians that will do it, not the ones that won't do it. What's good that, if you have like some kind of talent or skill to make people happy, do so. I think that's one of the things. For me, I love painting and drawing, but the original piece, you have to see, you have to interact, won't do for quarantine. I can post it in social media, but it's not the same by pictures. So what I'm doing is interacting to you guys via my vlogs. Hopefully that does some good, like it brings social consciousness or whatever you can like get out of it. Oh, there's the river. It's not that big, it's like more like a creek, but since it's been raining, the water is high. That's about knee deep or waist deep, and because it's out in the nature, there could be water moccasins, and I'm scared of those things. I'm scared not of not looking at the snake, but I don't want to be bit by a snake because I don't know what to do with the poison, you know. I don't know how I'm gonna react to that. Look at that. It's a river. Sometimes I see people like fish over there in that bigger part by the bridge. I see people cast their lines there. You know, just practice. Maybe practice. I'm gonna stay put here. And now you can't hear me because I'm too far away and I don't have a mic. I'm gonna get that Rode thing, so you know, via Wi-Fi I can talk and then project out. It's better. It's a better tool than this tool. Now that's about a mile right there by the porta potty. That's about a mile. I'll go back home now before something unpredictable happens. Ha! I have my light on and I'm speeding back. Oh, this light is cool. Without the light, it's that. With the light, it's good. But I'm speeding way back home because it's getting dark. And good thing I have like my lights. So, I gotta get back home. Because, you know, in the dark, that's when the coronavirus is around more. It's like it's a monster.